My name is Angad, and I will be talking to you about globalization. Now, what is globalization? Globalization is a tendency of businesses, technologies, or philosophies to spread throughout the world, or the process of making this happen. The global economy is sometimes referred to as a globality, characterized as a totally interconnected marketplace unhampered by time zones or national boundaries. A modern day example of globalization is the proliferation of McDonald's restaurants throughout the globe and the way they adjust their menus to meet the wants of local areas. Now, you might ask yourself, why is globalization important to me? Well, take a look at the tags on all your products. You will find that most of them, if not all of them, are not made in Canada. In fact, without globalization, we would not have most of the products and services we do have available here in Canada. Think about your favorite companies, whether it's Apple, Nike, Polo, etc. Doesn't really matter. All of them have integrated into the Canadian marketplace through the process of globalization. Personally, globalization impacts me every day, especially because I have parents who have immigrated from India. I often find myself eating Indian foods, wearing Indian clothes, you know, just generally being very familiar with the Indian culture. Now, clearly, these foods, spices, clothes were not made in Canada. Globalization helps me stay in touch with Indian culture, but it does not stop there. It also allows me to experience various other cultures by exposing me to unique foods, clothes, technologies, and pretty much any other product or service you can think of. Isn't that neat? Canada is an interdependent country. This means we depend on trading with other countries for survival. This allows Canadians to access products that cannot be made or grown in Canada, like tropical fruits, for example. I can't even begin to imagine a world where I could only buy Canadian products. I'd be stuck with blackberries and roots clothes. Also, globalization creates jobs. This significantly boosts the Canadian economy, which itself is a good thing. For example, let's take a look at the automotive company Ford. It's an all-American company. But through the process of globalization, not only do they sell cars in Canada, but they also manufacture them in huge plants located all throughout Canada. Think about the thousands of jobs just one company can create through globalization. Personally, I owe both my car and my job to globalization because I work for an American company and I drive a Japanese car. Lastly, let's take a look at online shopping and websites such as Amazon or eBay. I personally love shopping online, mostly because you can purchase products at a much cheaper price. But whenever I do purchase a product online, I'm always curious as to where my product is coming from. Usually, I find that it's China or the US, which are Canada's top two trading partners. This is globalization in action because it is giving Canadian consumers the power to purchase products from any country regardless of time zones or national boundaries. Next, I'm going to reflect on the game Settlers of Catan and how I think it relates to globalization. So in the game, you must trade with other players in order to advance, similar to how Canada trades with other countries in order to advance in technology and improve the economy. But just like Canada, the players do face challenges at times. For example, sometimes you'll find that your resources are of no value to the other players, so they don't want to trade with you, or they want to do very little trading with you. This mimics what goes on in underdeveloped or developing countries, because nobody really wants to trade with them, which makes it harder for them to advance as a country. Another challenge is the robber. So now if the robber is placed on your resource, that resource is now cut off and non-accessible. So in the real world, this is almost the same as a country that has a war going on in it, or a country that is hit by a natural disaster. Both a war or a natural disaster will take away or eat away at a country's resources and its ability to trade. Overall, globalization has had a huge impact on me, and without it, my life would be completely different. Thank God for globalization.